Well, I've got my rod and I've got my bait. All I've got to do is sit here and wait for the big, big fish to come my way, even if it's gonna take all day. Here, fishy, 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 here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, 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 here, fishy, 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 fishing off the pier.
Hey, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're doing good. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope it was restful and maybe something nice happened. Got yourself a little treat for being so good. I know I do. But yeah, I hope you're all doing good. Congratulations, Mountain Loot, not only on being first, but beating Stream Elements. I feel like I think you're the only one who's ever done that. As far as I'm aware. If I could give you a little badge, I would. I beat Stream Elements or something like that. I don't know. That'd be funny. That fast. But yeah, how did y'all's blah blah blah? I can't talk. How did y'all's weekends go? Anything exciting happen? Or just getting some nice rest? I pulled an all-nighter. Well, that's not what you were supposed to do. Give me a star next to my name on Discord. I don't know how to do that. How do I do that? Can I do that? Is that an ability I have? Look, I don't know how to. I'm faking being a Twitch streamer. I don't know what I'm doing. I know even less about being in charge of a Discord. I can probably do it. Just give yourself the star. Give yourself a gold star. I had 2 projects due today. I hadn't started either, so I speed ran them. Oh man. Well, did they turn out okay? I'm not gonna say good because I mean, 2 speed like if you were speedrunning 1, you could probably make it work, but 2, I know I wouldn't. I know neither one of them would have gotten done. I can't speedrun art at all, as we all know. Case in point, today's stream. Also, I apologize. I didn't quite finish my dinner, so I'm just eating that first before we get completely started. They were for art history. Oh, okay. So you're talking about old dead guys? That's my assumption of history, usually. Old dead guys. One was a PowerPoint, the other was a paper. Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, sorta. I'm in modern art history. Then it's not history, then it's present. If it's modern, that means now, right? We're learning about the now. I feel like there's another name for that. If we're learning about the now. I have a star now? I have to see your star. Hang on. I'm off to observe your star. Just kidding. Discord's freaking out. Actually, I think my whole computer's freaking out. Oh boy. Alright. There we go. No, it was Discord. Oh, it's definitely Discord. Oh boy. Okay, there we go. Your star was just too much. Discord can't handle it. Come on, Discord. You can do it. I'm not running that many programs. I'm running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 programs. That's not that much. Good gravy. Oh, I see the star. At the very least that loaded. Nothing else loaded, but at the very least that loaded. Okay, I'm gonna put Discord away before it freaks out. I actually just watched a video on how modern art is long over. Oh. In the now? Am I not? Oh, hold on. I'm not an English person. Modern. Definition. Yeah, okay. I thought it was crazy. Modern. Relating to the present or recent times as opposed to the remote past. If we're not in modern times, what are we in? I'm confused. Art is confusing. I am most confused. I stop yapping and finish my food. Anyway, the PowerPoint was discussing an art controversy. That one was weird, and the paper was looking for a piece that you don't understand or like, and researching it. Oh. Fun. I had fun with that one because I got to yap about how the artist was a failure. Oh my gosh. I guess modern art was an era of art, I guess. I don't know. Art made today has a different name. It's dumb. I thought it was dumb. Yeah, I feel like you shouldn't have called it modern art because eventually that age would end and you'd move on to the next one. You can't just keep calling it the new one modern and just changing the name later. 1860? That's not even close to modern. Neither was 1970, to be honest. What the heck? That's like Dark Ages. It's the Dark Ages. We failed the art teacher license exam for the high school level like 3 times. Ooh. Well, that's embarrassing. Wait, what was the art? Show the art. What was the art? Or I'll show the art. Art today is called contemporary art or something. I don't know, it's stupid. English is dumb. I hate it here. I think contemporary is another word for present. But we can't just keep calling the current art age the current art age. That feels cheap. We need a cool new name. Don't look at me for cool new names, though. I don't know how to name things. Let alone name them cool. Next era, now art. Art now. One of his attempts, he got 15% on the practical part of the exam, and then when he tried again, he got 33% on the watercolor portion. Rip. The piece I yapped about literally said in my paper how after the research I hated it even more. He's an embarrassing. Okay, let's see if Discord can handle this. I'm able to scroll up. Here we go. What? Hold on. Oh no. Okay. My computer is freaking out. I don't know, maybe it's because it's hot today. Maybe it's just hotter. I don't know. Let's move over here. Let me show y'all true art. This is the piece he got 15% on the practical part and 33% on the watercolor portion? Is this the piece? Before I show it. No, we don't know what those look like. Oh, I see. Okay. Here we are. Let's just take a real good look. Take a real good look. Behold. Art. This doesn't make me as mad as there are certain... I guess it's modern art. I don't know which era it is. There are certain art pieces that do make me mad. Because it kind of feels like a philosopher thought they were really cool and hip. And they were like, oh, I've thought beyond the now, and here's this thing, and blah, 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 blah. There are some things that piss me off. This doesn't piss me off as much as those things. But it's getting up there. He studied philosophy. Never mind. That's just what gets to me, is they're all like, oh, hoity-toity, I think above, my brain is so elite, blah, 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 blah. Like, if the point of art is to feel, I feel nothing. Well, I don't understand this piece. And maybe it's just not for me. But I much prefer art where you're feeling something, or it's just, enjoying the beauty of something. Like, okay, maybe I'm not feeling something in particular about a landscape piece, but at the very least, it's showing technique, it's showing skill, and it's showing, appreciation for beauty in the world. What is this doing? I just want to know. Ver Heroicus Sublimis. Is that what this is called? Hold on, I'm Googling this. Ver Heroicus Sublimis. That is the name of it. I'm looking up the meaning. Man, heroic and sublime. I did not get that out of this. If a physical work is not interesting without a story, then the work is not the art, the story is. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I'm like, yeah, you can tell a story. But I feel like this art piece is not doing that. Like, I can't even tell if that title is supposed to be satirical or not. You could do a lot with that title. You could have, like, I don't know, you could take it from like multiple different angles. These are just throwing out ideas. If you wanted to go like the satirical route, paint like deforestation or war or poverty, homelessness, hunger, all these things. If you wanted to go the satirical route, there's man, heroic and sublime, blah blah blah. Where you could be, you know, genuine and show goodness in the world and paint that. Or even like a man in like a very tiny man in a really large landscape, and that's clearly like the point of it or something. I think those would be really cool art ideas. This phrase refers to Barnett's essay, "The Sublime is Now." Is that the guy that did this? Yes. Okay. His essay, "The Sublime is Now," which was written in 1948. He answered the question, what is sublime in art, with, "I believe that here in America, some of us, free from the weight of European culture," that sounds kind of racist, "are finding the answer by completely denying that art has any concern with the problem of beauty and where to find it." Huh. I'm not getting this. I'm really not. It's not my sort of thing. I hate philosophy, by the way. Just a disclaimer. I hate philosophy. I really do. I really don't like things that don't have a direct application. That are nothing more than mind games. What's the point of all those big thoughts if you're not going to do anything? It just sounds racist. That's all I'm getting out of it. Which, in the 1940s, I would believe. I don't understand. I don't get it. Oh well. I would just like to know what is to be appreciated in this piece. I really do. Like, what is to be appreciated in this piece? Oh, someone's talking about it here. Hold on, I'm reading. Let's see. Best known for his color field paintings and use of what he called zips, vertical strips of color, placed across the surfaces of his compositions. He created the zips by applying masking tape to block off parts of the canvas and painting the exposed areas, which you do when you paint a wall. I thought it said something different. there's more. Okay. Is so large that when you stand close to it, as Newman intended, it engulfs you in a vast red field broken by 5 thin vertical lines the artist called zips. He likened this experience to an encounter between people. One has a reaction to the person physically, also there's a metaphysical thing, and if a meeting of people is meaningful, it affects both their lives. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. European art was very different from this. This is the artist's pick-me way of saying, ooh, I'm so different, I throw my hair in a museum, but I read books and concerts, I'm so quirky. The millennial before millennial existed. You're on the Mama website. I know, because I used that as a source. I was like, some of this writing is familiar in the way it was worded. I feel like you just cited that to me. Well, anyway. I don't get it, but I never got this sort of thing, but that's fine. Moving on. Okay, what we're doing today, now that it's 20 minutes in, and I'm done eating. Thank you, Art Nerd, for the distraction. Today I want to kind of finish up the the hot cocoa piece. It's pretty much done. Like the title says, there's just small details I want to keep looking at. I want to keep, like, I don't want to, but I feel like I have to keep messing with it until I'm satisfied. So here we are. So that's what I'm going to be working on. And then if I'm satisfied with that, I guess I'll work on, I have a couple of pieces to work on. So we'll see what I want to do with that, but we're gonna start with this. Let me find it, because I did work on it outside of stream, so it's nearly done. So there it is. I didn't take any process pics yet, but I started a new art project for class. Ooh. Well, you'll have to share it once you get there. So pretty. Oh, thank you. Art Nerd helped me a little bit with the lighting. But yeah, I was going for like a little warm, I don't know, fireside sort of thing. I know she's technically supposed to be like holding a camera, though cameras don't exist in their world, but that's fine. That's details. You know, it's like fire and hot cocoa and all that stuff. And if you look really, really closely, you can kind of see the smoke, or the steam. But I think I want to make it, I wanted to, it occurred to me that maybe I should double that layer and see if it looks better. Because then you'll be able to see it a little bit better. The problem is that this part kind of blends into the background, unfortunately. Oh gosh, okay. But I kind of liked how it was starting to look. Let me get out of here. Do the previous one. Maybe I should have done. There's a blur on it, is the thing. Hmm. Maybe if we... There you go, you can see it a little bit better now. Okay. I think that gives it a, like, warmer look there. So I went in, just to kind of go through what I did. I kind of changed up their eyes a little bit. Usually I make those marks on the side, but I had to tweak, Landon's face a little bit. Actually, oh, I can show you. Because I have that research in progress one. Okay, these are my options. Cool. Alrighty. So I changed the lighting so you can see it's a lot more of a, like, an orange. Which I was trying to shade it in a different way and then it wasn't working. I was following a tutorial for shading a different way and it didn't work. So I gave up. And I kind of, like, half of that attempt and half of me just doing whatever until it started looking okay. So that's just kind of what I did with that. But if you see right here, I was doing back and forths, and I realized that Landon's hair right there is messed up. So I went in and I fixed that, so that makes more sense. I added some hair highlights, which they didn't have before. I gave Landon his blush because that's just Landon. I also went in and did a little bit more detail to Avery's scar. So there it is there. I'm not very good at scars, but I do my best. You know, some highlights on the earring and on the pendant. Added the smoke or steam for the hot cocoa. I ended up taking away the line art on these because I did it accidentally while I was checking through things and it looked good. So I just left it at that, added some highlight, and figured that works. Gave some shading to his ring. Gave his eyes a little highlight, mainly because their highlights are above everything else. So it kind of shines a little bit, and he didn't have anything, so I gave him something. Less golden feeling. So yeah, there's no more of the outline on the chocolate and the marshmallows, because it ended up looking just fine. This is the lines I was talking about on the sides. I don't think they look bad. but I was doing it with Landon. I took him away to kind of tweak his face a little bit because his face needed to be fixed the most. And now I think he looks semi-normal. But yeah, after I did that, I was like, well, let me just continuously do that. Except for Corwin, I took his away and it looked weird, so I think because of the angle he's at, that's more correct. I think. I don't know. I'm kind of just making this up. Yeah, and I think that's the main things that I did with that. I don't think if there was anything else. I know I wrote the notes. I got the hair highlights. I got Avery's scar. I got the lighting. I was gonna do the background, but really I feel like just dark background with the snow is fine. I was gonna do the little stars that were in the sketch, but I couldn't make them look good, not with the background being what it was. Without a background, it looks fine, but with a background, that distracts from it a little bit, so I just left that alone. But overall, I don't know, I feel like this might be enough. I thought I was gonna tweak out over it a lot more, but I'm looking at it again. And other than fixing that steam a little bit, I think for the most part it's fine. Problem is I keep zooming in, which is really the biggest mistake. Zooming in and looking at his hair. I need to just not look. Just don't look. He's not in here. Now that looks weird. Just look at Avery. Okay. This was supposed to be a silly little piece. And it turned into a lot more than that, but that's fine. I had fun with it. It was a lot of fun. And this was a Draw the Squad. So this was our original sketch. Yeah, I changed it a little bit, but that's fine. Okay then. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna add the watermark and call this finished. Let's see. Will I remember to post it? Probably not. I've been really bad about that. I also need to make my signature somewhere else because I pull up this picture of Graham every single time. One day I'll figure out how to do ones that like are incorporated in the piece, but I'm not doing that right now. Okay. In that case, where did I put it? Not there. Um, well, I'm looking forward to it. Hang on. There we go. Ah, man, this is an old piece. I don't know how well this is gonna turn out, but that's fine. Um, First of all, I need to change Bates' pose. So this is, I've worked on this a little bit before. This is a piece taken from my D&D campaign. Um, where we have Conductor, who's a Kenku. And according to D&D lore, they are cursed to never fly. So Conductor's dream is to fly. And Bait is an Erd that obviously can fly because she's got wings. And they are best friends. And Bait's maiden goal is to try to find a way for Conductor to fly. And the party actually got what are they called? Boots of Flying? I think that's their specific name. Boots of Flying or something like that. Winged boots. Yeah, they got winged boots. But they got those and they gave them to Conductor to kind of accomplish her dreams. And so I had a little scene where they were able to kind of fly together. Who's the bird? The bird is Conductor. She's a Kenku. So this is Conductor and Bait. feel like I drew that pretty well. I also feel like it wasn't the shape I was going for, so it's not gonna work. Hard to see. I need to find her reference somewhere around here. Hmm. There it is. Ugh, old art. Anyway, um, said some art. Ooh. Ah, you finished the pupper. Here I am trying to copy and paste things I haven't copied yet. There we go. Ooh. Looky, looky, doo. Look at this. It's my baby Astrid. It's Astrid. A cute pupper. I cannot believe you did that. The way that you did that. My sweet, my precious, my darling. That's fantastic, art nerd. Well, you know the drill. All things must be consumed. Yum 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 yum. Delicious. Thank you for delicious art. So yummy. So good. I do not know how you do this. I can't do realism. I can't do anything. Like, it just turns out the way that it does when I draw. It doesn't look very accurate when compared to the ref, but without the ref, you can see her. I don't know how I did it either. Oh, okay, so good to know. With realism, you're just making it up. Cool. Good to know.
Well, I've got my rod and I've got my bait. All I've got to do is sit here.
Alright, I'm
and
gonna head
wait
out.
for the
Enjoy
big,
stream.
big
One last
to
fish for the
come
road.
my way, even
If it's gonna take all day. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy.
Here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy, fishy,
Fishing
fishing
off the pier. Alright, Art Nerd. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Get some sleep. Bye-bye. Oh, you have such an annoying design. I don't think that makes sense either. That badly drawn face is kind of distracting. I need to get rid of that. Goodbye. Hmm. 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 Yeah, there's a reason this one hasn't gotten done yet. And it's just for funsies anyway. Hey Scribs, how we doing? We're doing all right. Finished the Coco one, so now I'm just doing whatever I please. Honestly, I have this D&D piece that I've been working on for forever, but I don't know that I'll ever finish it. It might just stay a whip. How are you doing, Zombie? Did you get your internet? How do I make the face I'm trying to make? Maybe I just need to angle it. Hydrate! Thank you, Mountain Dr. Depper, indeed. Yes, we have interwebs, and it is really good. Def worth the wait. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Got some today. Excellent, excellent. As it should be. Oops. Alright. Anyway. I opened Photoshop. It's been a while. It's a little dusty. I'm just a little dusty. Just blow off the dust. Photoshop, what you working on? Oh my gosh, there's another manga I want to buy because I watched the anime and they didn't continue with it. No! What's the point? What was the point of the anime? What anime was it? That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Like the anime is to advertise, I would think. I don't feel like drawing her feet the way the reference has it. It's fine, it doesn't matter. Spider and cider and spider. The spider and cider and spider. Called I'm in Love with the Villainess. Just a cute story, similar to the last one. I really watched and bought the manga. Last one I watched is literally my favorite ever. I loved it so much. I feel like I've seen clips of that one. Let me see. It's the one I'm thinking of. I have seen clips of this one. It looks funny. It looks very funny. I feel like they do villainess ones better than they do um most like isekai. Usually. Not all the time, but usually. I feel like I want to break your back. Hang on. I'm gonna attempt to break your back. Do not worry. Everything will be fine. I should have included your wing. I don't know why I didn't do that. I take very good care of my characters. For sure. I liked it. Very silly. Very silly. I've been watching oh gosh, what is it called? Uh You and I are polar opposites. I think that's what I was watching most recently. I don't have a lot of time, so that's like the only thing I'm watching when I have time. Bloom to You will likely forever be my fave though. That's kind of the rabbit hole I'm going down right now. I watched that one with a friend because they wanted to be dumb, and I ended up loving it so much. I've never related more to a story than that one. Oh. So now I'm just watching. If you liked X, try Y now. I see. Gotcha. Sometimes reliable, and sometimes you're like, why the heck would I like that? That is nothing like this one. But I'm glad that doesn't seem to be the case with the villainess one. Mm. One of those pieces I have to redraw over and over again. And I know the whole point of the draw box thing is so that you don't do that, so that you only put a line down when you know it's doing precisely what you want it to do. However, I ain't there yet, so. It's been tough because I feel like there's a very fine line between romance and gooner anime. This is true. This is very true. But Bloom Into You and I'm in Love with the Villainess were both wholesome and cute. Bloom Into You talked a lot about Arrow Ace, so that was why I liked it so much. Not a lot of representation in that field, but I felt they did wonderful. Oh, really? Aha, well, I'm cracking knuckles. Don't mind if I do. You're right, that's never represented. I'll stop yapping about it now. I won't stop. You don't need to stop. I don't mind at all. Wholesome? Wholesome. Wholesale. Handsome. Now it just looks like I'm swearing. Handsome. I'm not, I promise. Alright. But Nightbot is watching you. I'd recommend it for sure. I know you have a long list, but I love this so much I spent a small fortune for the manga. I know that feeling. Oh my gosh. Let me see. Bloom Into You. I see. Is it on Crunchyroll? I don't know why I'm asking. I can just look. Ah, it kicked me out. What the heck? Let me in. The heck, Crunchyroll? Oh no. It's not. Honestly, not sure. I use silly websites. Ah. I'm too paranoid. No. What the? Sorry, I was searching on Crunchyroll, Bloom Into You, and it pops up the story of a man turned into a pig. 3.8 stars. Oh my gosh. You love that one too. Okay, well, I can tell it's a Gunnar anime, and I'll tell you exactly why. Because, actually, hold on. Let's take a picture. I'm so sorry, Astrid, to put you in up to this. Behold, this is the picture. That's a Gunnar anime. I am judging a book by its cover, and I'm right. Everyone knows. Gunnar detected. Gunnar detected. Aren't there reviews now on Crunchyroll? Where do I find those? I wanna see what people are saying. No, there's just ratings. I thought they had reviews. Maybe they took them away. Maybe people kept on complaining and they took them away. Oh gosh. It's a shame because like looking at the like thumbnails, it doesn't look like poorly animated. Like the art looks nice. But the fact that she has a blush on her face every single picture, suspicious. That's suspicious. I'm suspicious. Anyway, well, I guess I'll have to put it on the list of things to watch if it comes across on Crunchyroll because right now I'm limited by Crunchyroll. Very suspicious. Send you the Russian link. Oh, good. Does it come with hot singles in my area? Can't wait. Back in my day, Crunchyroll came with hot singles in your area. I'm getting rid of this thing. Get out of here. You bet. Can't watch Gunnar anime without hot singles. Do 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 do. This is true. The point of Gunnar anime without hot singles in your area. The risk of a virus is just part of the appeal. It's ironically what made me switch to Firefox so I could get an ad blocker that actually worked. It blocks like 1,000 ads while I watch a single episode of Gunnar anime. I see, I see. Just a Firefox ad of now you can goon in peace. No, not good. I heard that if you get a virus from pirating an anime, you get your own isekai. Help, my computer has been infected with a virus that actually loves me? That's just Doki Doki. I wish a virus would love me. A biological virus loves you. Too much. Then you die. Ripperonis. Sharp little twofers. Oh, backwards. Hard because there's so many lines. Looks good when there's a million lines. Keep clicking off of my reference and then I don't know what's going on. I'm a little confused about this, but that's okay. We'll get it figured out. Hmm. I should be ghosting my lines, but I don't want to. So you said this was a D&D thing? May I know the context? Oh, yeah, sure. So this is... hang on, let me save real quick. As it throws a fit, because I've got a million layers. So this is Conductor. She's a Kenku. And so Kenku are cursed, can't fly. So her dream is to be able to fly. And then this is Bait, who is an Erd, and so can fly, since she has wings. And so Bait's goal, having made friends with Conductor, was to find a way to help her to fly, at some point. And so, I mean, I'm not going on harsh D&D lore rules, just disclaimer. But yeah, so my party ended up going to an area where they found the winged boots, and they were originally, I think they just went out, if I remember correctly, they specifically went to this particular island to get winged boots for Conductor, as kind of a request by Bait to try to find a way to help her to fly. So it was like legendary boots that will allow you to fly, basically. So yeah, they got the boots. And so we got to have this nice little scene where like Conductor and Bait were like flying above the boat, because it's a ship. campaign. But yeah, just kind of flying together at last. It was a really nice scene, and I wanted to like do right by. I wanted to draw it. I really liked it, and now it's been like months since the scene happened. It's probably been like a year now. I think around this time last year I was working on the carnival, and this was before the carnival, so actually. That's cute. It is! I really liked it. Honestly, I thought they were gonna keep the boots. I really did. Um, it was a long, ridiculous quest, to be honest, because the person that had the boots was Peter Pan. For all intents and purposes, it was Peter Pan. Um, and they hated that man on sight. They yeeted the boots. No, no, no. They just gave it to her. I thought they'd keep them to themselves, but they didn't. But yeah, there were some plans as they were theorizing how to get the boots. That did involve like removing his legs as an option. They didn't do that, but there were some plans along the way. Oh, interesting. Just because they didn't like, well, they hated Peter Pan. He did nothing to them. Like, okay, sure, he may have been evil, but they didn't know that. Their characters had no reason to not like him at the beginning. But they hated him. They immediately, utterly despised him, and so they were like, yeah, we could just, tear off his legs, and then we have the boots, and that's fine. That's totally a strategy that will work. Um, which I mean, maybe you could make it work. It's a possibility, for sure. Uh, they actually ended up like running away from that island because he like freaked out, obviously, at having his boots stolen. And they actually want to keep. They want to go back and kill him. He didn't kill him. They want to go back, but he definitely would have slaughtered them at the level they were at that point. So, not to have zero faith in my players, but that was a death sentence. Maybe, but you might be wanted a few territories afterwards. This is true. You could maybe get away with it, but the literal child in your party will never forget. You will know what you have done. It should be smaller. No, he's got power word kill. They didn't stand a chance. I don't remember exactly what he had, but he did have like the power of the island itself, kind of. So there was a lot of stuff going down. Interesting. Do you think your party could tango with him now? Potentially. Especially because the where they're at now. I also probably owe them a level up because they just cleared an area. Or almost cleared an area. So at this point, maybe. I'd have to look and see. They're just bitter because I keep giving them kobolds and then they can't take them with them on the ship. I feel like that's what they're more concerned about. I mean, they hate Peter Pan. They want him dead, but... also trying to adopt every kobold they come across. Which, you know, same, but... to keep reminding them that's actually not a child. That is a full-grown adult, actually, that you're talking to. Maybe they smuggle the kobolds to the island and attack Peter Pan with the power of lizards. Well, at this point, I think I've introduced... oh, well, it's only been 2 kobolds thus far that they haven't been able to get. Lizard. Exactly. It's a lizard. Perfect. In my defense, there are 2 kobolds already on their ship that were there when they first got onto the ship. One of them's Bait, and then there's another one, Tick. They met a kobold on Neverland, the island. But he's essentially like he's dead, essentially. So he can't really leave Neverland because it's kind of undead world. The lore is kind of a little mixed there. A little complicated, but anyway. He can't leave, physically cannot leave that island, and they really, really wanted to bring him with them. And we're very sad they couldn't take him along. And I just introduced them to a kobold that was in a library. They were planning on taking him to the ship. Unfortunately, and this is where we like left off on a cliffhanger. He's been what's the right word? Infected with the big bad disease they're trying to fix. And so they're about to fight him or do something. I don't know exactly what their plan is, but I mean he's gonna try to fight them when that's kind of where they left off on the cliffhanger, so they can't even take that one. And I felt so bad because I didn't think they would say that, but I had already planned from the get go that he was infected. Not the big bad disease, exactly. The big bad disease, enemy of all. I can't talk too much about the plot though because my players watch my streams sometimes. But we took a hiatus because I was like I don't have time to do this right now. I spent way too long on prep. It just wasn't the quality I'd like it to be. So I was like we're gonna take a break. But unfortunately, that left them on a on a pretty big cliffhanger. It's like sorry. This maybe. I don't know why this is the wrong color. There we go. Maybe you could have them convene one weekend to resolve the cliffhanger and then go back on break. No, I would. Unfortunately, I can't because that's uh because it's so plot relevant. It's I and I haven't done any planning following this little cliffhanger. Unfortunately, I have to spend a lot of time planning it first before they approach that fight because it'll kind of determine how that fight will go in a way. So, which is unfortunate, but oh well, it's fine. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I see. Yeah, unfortunately. Because part of my work is simply deciding what the next steps are. In theory, I know what's next. In practice, I gotta make sure it'll work. Boo. It's not what I want either. Hmm. Hard to make this look normal. Oh, you right, you right. Thank you, Mountain Loop. And check the layer. We are indeed on the right layer. Thank you. Pip pat, pip pop up. Thank you for the head pat, Selby. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, what? How can I forego? It's okay. I can be neglected. It's fine. These need to be farther out. Hey! Egg! I have to wait now. I didn't give head pats yet. No! You always have head pats in spirit. Why, thank you. Pit pat, pit pop pop. Gross! Disgusting! It's the best I can do. Take it or leave it. Well, I guess I should have given you a choice before, but... Stinky. Gross. Gross. Disgusting. I'm gonna do all this work to make it look like a normal leg. And then I'm gonna back out, and it's gonna look even weirder. Because animal legs don't do this. Ah! The train is going by. How shaky. Oh no. Puts me to sleep almost every time. It's so nice. Whole house is a massage chair. I feel like your house shouldn't move that easy. Not to a train. Not my problem soon. I'll kind of miss it, to be honest. Though maybe I should just get a massage chair, not a shaky house. Yeah, maybe. You gonna be moving soon then? That's always a lot of work. Exciting, but a lot of work. Yes, very excited, stressful. I'm trying to find a good place. But I have a lot of needs and wants. With my king size dog, so that complicates things. Yeah, that would do it. But yeah, that's exciting. How soon is it? Oh my gosh. Not crazy soon. I don't really have a deadline either, but hopefully this spring. Ooh. Feel kind of stuck because I don't want to find a place without a job. Don't want to find a job without a place, you know? I do know. That's such the mood. Like, that's the hardest part of all this mess. Oh gosh. Just don't know exactly how this should look. Oh, maybe like that. Okay. think that's good. At least for now. Made some progress on it. Now to leave it in the vault for another year and come back to it later. I mean, it's just... That's what happens. But hey, we're getting somewhere. Do not save. Okay. So yeah, able to finish Hot Cocoa. Which just needed like one tweak and that's it. And you know what? I'm satisfied that I didn't work on it a million years more. I'm just gonna call it good. So it's my guys. It's my guys. And then some progress. Slow progress, but progress. On this one. Actually, one last thing. I do think this tail should go down just slightly. I thought it was right, but I keep looking at it and I'm like, Maybe when it's colored, it'll be a little bit more obvious, but... No, because that's where the spine is. It's throwing me off because she has the webbed tail. So that's throwing me off, but... So, okay. Officially. Stopping work on that. So we made some pretty good progress, I think. Just some silly little arts. I do want to get back into doing some like merch stuff soon. But I gotta decide on what exactly I want to start with, so we'll be seeing about that. But I might wait on that because I am kind of playing with the idea of like opening commissions or something. Very lightly playing with the idea of doing something like that. But I don't know enough information, so that might take a little bit. I don't know if there's anything I need to like set up or anything for that. And I know Art Fight's approaching every day. And there are references I want to redo, especially with me making this and changing Landon's hair and changing Corwin's hair. Avery's fine. Avery's perfect. Avery can do no wrong. She does lots of wrong. So, but yeah, I do think I want to update their reference sheets as well as, like, Zane and Onyx needed that. It needs to be updated, so, yeah, I'll probably be working on reference sheets soon, coming up, so, but I want to balance the work. I don't want to do just reference sheets and only reference sheets for the next 3 months. I'll go crazy. But yeah, I think made some pretty good work here. So we'll see what we get done next time. I guess it'll depend on what I can get done outside of stream and prepped. But yeah. But I do know that next stream, my planner... Oops, sorry. It's underneath things. Hang on. Yeah, next stream is art study stream, so it's not going to be an art stream, but I might make the Wednesdays an art stream. We'll see. I'll update the schedule there. Yeah, but it'll be art study stream, so make sure you're getting your homework done. I've got one more part left. The second part of the homework isn't too bad, but the first part, oof. You don't realize how bad you are at drawing circles from your shoulder until you start actively trying to do it. It's rough, but yeah. So we'll be having art study stream next Monday, probably art stream on Wednesday, we'll see. But for this week, Wednesday will be, I'm gonna move over here. Wednesday we'll be working on Turnip Boy robs a bank, continuing that. I'm probably just gonna play it until I'm bored of it, probably, because I don't know that it has a set end. Well, it probably has some sort of set end, but yeah, we'll explore it pretty much until I'm bored. And then Spiritfarer, we're 88% through. So if we keep up with our progress, it may be only a stream or two left to finish Spiritfarer and wrap that all up. So we'll see how much we can get done this next time. But yeah, that'll be on Friday. But next stream is on Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's find somebody to raid. Let's see here. Who's doing art tonight? Who's doing art tonight? Ba-ba-da-ba. Wow, everyone's doing stuff tonight. Oh, Shuji's still going. Let's see. Still working on the Pokemans. Okay. I'll send you over to Shuji. Here is our raid message if you'd like to use that while we raid. But again, next stream will be on Wednesday. Turnip Boy robs the bank. And then Spiritfarer on Friday. Both of them 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And good luck with the all the time changes and everything. I know I'm a little tired from that, but also I'm a happy camper because it's warmer, and that automatically makes me happy. So yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you're able to maybe get some of your own work done, art or otherwise, or just, hang out, chill. I always appreciate it. I love talking with y'all. So yeah, thank you, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye. Scribbles raid.